up guys, welcome to Cyril Nation, and today I have for you a new video. Today's video is going to be a little different from our usual one. This is going to be a video game setup. I kind of wanted to do this for a while now, but I never got to. But this is pretty much I'm going to show you guys what I use for my video game setup and all that good stuff. So, and just showing off the collection I have at the moment. So without further ado, we'll get right into it. So as you can see over here, this is my game room. This is what I use to play all my PlayStation games. Got the couch right here. I'm gonna just do a little tour. So the first thing we have is the DualShock 4 controller. Got about 2 of these. There's a TV remote. This is the TV I use. I believe it's a 60-inch smart TV. And yeah, we'll go for the games. Over here we got the PS4. As you can see over here, I have a Mega Man. Yeah, I got a Mega Man sticker over here. We got a Steam box over here, or Steam Link actually. This is what you use to stream PC games on your TV. So that is what I use. And over here we got the video game / movie collection. And this is probably going to take a while to look over, but there we go. So as you can see over here, these are all the video games and movies I have at the moment. We got some video games over here, so I'm going to start over here. First we got Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. This is a huge classic, one of the known PlayStation exclusives. Really with this game, I kind of, well, I didn't really start in the PlayStation 3 with the exclusives, so really with Uncharted it's just kind of a new game for me. But pretty much, for those of you who don't know what Uncharted is, it was pretty much this trilogy about this guy who would travel and try to search for lost gold or lost artifacts, kind of like Indiana Jones, but it was more modern, I guess, in a way. But yeah, really good PlayStation exclusive. I definitely recommend you guys to play it for those of you who haven't. Second over here we got Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. This is another really classic PlayStation exclusive that also comes with the 3 PS1 games remade for the PS4 from scratch, from the ground up. And this is also I highly recommend you guys to play this one if you have not. Over here we got Minecraft. This is kind of self-explanatory. If you haven't even heard of Minecraft, then I have no idea where you're what you're located, because Minecraft is really well known in pretty much any video game system. Alright, and now continuing on to the games over here, we're gonna start off first with let's see what we got over here. So here we go, the BioShock collection. I actually have played BioShock before. I beat I believe 1 and Infinite, and I played a little bit of 2, but I have yet to finish it. But I really enjoyed the BioShock franchise. It's probably one of my favorite first-person shooter franchises of all time. So this was pretty much a cop for me. I was debating on if I was going to get this for PC or PS4, but really with any collection game, I've been wanting it to get on PS4. So got that on the PS4, the BioShock collection. Next we got Bloodborne. This is a really bare to the bones game. For people who like Dark Souls, who like a challenge. It's not really for like casual gamers. I have yet to beat this as well. I actually rented this at first and I was playing a little bit of it, but I never got past the first area or like the first chapter. So I just kind of gave up on it. But I am thinking about playing this soon, and I might make a YouTube series of it, or like stream it on Twitch. So let me know if you guys actually want me to do that, because I don't know if you guys are interested in me doing that. But yeah, they've got Bloodborne. Next over here we got EA Sports UFC. I've only played a little bit of this game. I'm not too much of a sports video game guy. Really with sports video games, I would play FIFA and a little bit of Madden, but I never really played a lot of it. Like, I'm not too much into it, but this is a really good game. Really, the only issue I have with it is the controls are really, how do you say, like, they're not, it's not to the point that anyone could play it. It's like you have to memorize the controls and all of that. So really, it's like kind of hard to focus with like online matches and stuff. But it is a fun game. It's really, I feel like it would be fun to play with you know, people online or offline. But yeah, EA Sports UFC. Next over here we got Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD Remaster. I've yet to finish this as well. I feel like I was about 50 hours into Final Fantasy X and I just stopped because I was on this boss battle. I believe it was the Negator and Crawler, and all of my party members are pretty much inexperienced, and I really didn't want to go back for grinding. So who knows, I might play it again. I might try to beat that boss battle, and if I can't, I might just restart it, because really I haven't played this game in a long time, so I feel like the story is just kind of all fuzzy for me. Like, I don't really remember much about the story, but I do remember that I enjoyed the characters a lot. Titus, Waka, Yuna, all those characters I really enjoy. Really memorable characters for a Final Fantasy game. Alright, up next we got Final Fantasy 15. I have yet to finish this game as well. This was also a rent as first. I was about 20 hours into this and then I just stopped. But I believe I was like halfway through the game. So I got farther in this game than 10. But yeah, I really want to play this game again. I actually do want to install this on my PS4, but the problem is that how do I say, my storage is pretty much almost full, so I'm gonna have to complete some games first and uninstall it if I want to put this on my PS4. But I'm thinking about finishing Uncharted 3 first, and I'll most likely install this. Alright, next we got Mega Man Legacy Collection. This is an old school game. I got this for the buy two get one free at GameStop, but this is pretty much how do you say, it's hard to explain. This is like all the NES classics ported onto one disc for the PS4. This is the first 6 games, I believe, and there's actually a part 2 of this collection, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which comes with 7 to 10, I think. So, yeah. Alright, and now getting on to the movies, we have Alice in Wonderland, the 60th anniversary edition, and Alice in Wonderland actually isn't one of my personal favorites in terms of Disney, but I did like this movie. I think it is quite enjoyable, you know, Alice going on her acid trip and whatnot, but it's a good movie. I mean, when you compare it to the other Disney films, it is kind of subpar, I would say. I'm not trying to trigger anyone, but that's just what I saw. But you know, also because Wonderland is in Kingdom Hearts, and you know me, I'm a Kingdom Hearts guy. So Alice in Wonderland, good movie. Alright, here we got Deadpool. Now with superhero films, it's usually a hit or miss with me. I know Marvel has a whole cinematic universe thing going on, but yeah, with all the cinematic stuff, it's really hard to catch up on all these films. So I really just try to watch the ones that I enjoy the most, and Deadpool just happened to be one of those. So, really good movie. I love that it's kind of it's not like, because you know how Deadpool's like neutral. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy either. So that's what I like about this film, the fact that it takes advantage of that, and there's also like the fourth wall breaks and all that, and it's more of a comedy / action. There's like some drama in there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Deadpool. Alright, next we got Django Unchained, Quentin Tarantino's one of his works, and this is a pretty good movie as well. You know, Jamie Foxx did quite the role in this film. We got Samuel L. Jackson, he's pretty good too. But this is like, it takes place like during like, you know, the slavery plantation times, and it just like, it's hard to explain. It's like kind of it's action, comedy, and there's drama also. And I really just like it. Like it just like it's just like a twist, kind of. You know, it takes place in the time of the 1800s, but it takes advantage of it in a way to where the story is pretty good. So yeah. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, this is a 80s film. Everyone who was in the 80s probably remembers this film, but you know me, I just kind of watched this film as of like not too recent, but somewhat recent, and it's a pretty good movie. I like it. It's comedic. It has charm. You know, I could see myself watching it again in the future. So yeah. Furious 7. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Furious franchise, but this was a good movie. I enjoyed the action scenes, and it's also Paul Walker's, you know, last work, rest in peace. But it is a good movie. I definitely recommend you guys watching it if you like action, because that's all this movie is. It's just 2 hours of straight up action. So yeah. Alright, next we got Grease. My mom actually introduced me to this film since this was her teenage favorite film that she saw when she was a teenager. And so this is a really good movie. I'm not too big of a fan of musicals. It's usually a hit or miss with me, but this is a really good musical. It's catchy. I enjoy the characters, all that good stuff. So yeah, Grease is a pretty good movie. Alright, over here we got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I'm a huge Harry Potter guy. It actually brings up a lot of influence in my life and in my works. And I love the books, I love the movies. So yeah, I try collecting all the Harry Potter films, but so far I only have 4, I think. I only have 4 of the Harry Potter movies. So yeah, but I love Harry Potter, so that's pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah. Alright, next here we got I Am Legend by Will Smith. This is probably one of my favorite films by Will Smith. It really, it's a dark film. It's apocalyptic kind of, but it's not like zombies. It just has like that apocalyptic setting. And pretty much Will Smith's like all alone in the city with his dog, and it's just, there's like these monsters that can't go into sunlight. It's really interesting. It's a good movie. I definitely recommend it. Ice Age 3 is kind of really mixed for some reason. A lot of people don't particularly like it. But with me, personally, I don't think it was that bad of a film. I mean, when you compare it to Ice Age 1 and 2, yeah, it wasn't that good. But really, this film, I really think it was the last really good Ice Age one. Ice Age 4 was just... That's when I started to agree with everyone that the Ice Age films started becoming trash. But really, this is, in my opinion, the last good Ice Age film. Alright, next here we got Inception. This is also a movie where it's like, when it first came out, it just blown everyone's minds. But now, it is kind of a really, I guess, it sticks out as its own. Me, personally, I did enjoy this movie. I like the action. I like, the whole, like, plot of, like, you know, dream within a dream and all that. And Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, so... that was pretty much a given for me. But yeah, Inception, definitely a good movie if you haven't seen it. Next we got It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I have yet to... I mean, I have seen the special, but I haven't watched it last year. But I enjoy the Peanut specials. I like the whole Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is a really relatable character for me, and I relate to his depression and sadness. Don't worry, guys, I'm okay. But I don't know. I like Charlie Brown. I like Snoopy. I like the whole Peanuts cast, and the specials. You know, they're good. I like the Christmas special. I like the November, Halloween, all that stuff, and I really want to get the Peanuts 50s, 60s, and 70s collection where they have like all the shorts and stuff. I really want to get those as well, but this is definitely a really good Halloween special for those of you who haven't watched it, which I would be surprised if anyone hasn't seen this, because this is like pretty much the bare bones of Halloween specials. So yeah, Great special. I definitely recommend it to watch it during the time of October. Alright, next here we got Johnny English, the Mr. Bean action spin-off, or aka the James Bond spin-off. I enjoyed this movie as well. I really this pretty much is Mr. Bean action in my opinion. It's not as good as Mr. Bean. I do like Mr. Bean's Holiday a lot more than this film, but unfortunately I don't have a DVD for that yet. But this is a good movie. I enjoyed this one. I like the second one as well, Johnny English Returns. But yeah, this is a really good British comedy, for those of you who have yet to seen it. Alright, next we got Life of Pi. This is a really, really good film. I highly recommend it to anyone. Really, it has various genres, and it's a rich story. This is based off a novel, but the story itself is really rich. It like journeys with Piscine Molitaire. I forgot his full name, but Pi and the tiger Richard Parker, and they embark on this huge journey. But really good movie. Highly recommend it for anyone who has yet to seen it, and it'll change it'll bring in some feels, like guaranteed. That's like. Alright, Matilda. This is another classic. I have seen this a lot when I was a kid in elementary school. But this is another really good family classic, if you have yet to seen it, about this girl who has magic powers and she feels like she just doesn't belong, all this good stuff. And plus, I'm pretty sure it's based off of a book, or yeah, it's based off the book that Roald Dahl made, the same guy who made Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so definitely a good movie. Alright, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is probably one of the only good reboots ever made for a film. If you have not seen this yet, I highly recommend you guys to watch it. It's one of those reboots where I honestly think it is better than the original trilogy, and just the story is so rich. And yes, Caesar is a freaking boss in this film. His transition, he gets such good character development, and I don't have the other two films, but I want to get it eventually. And it's a really good trilogy. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Alright, Safe Haven. If you guys do not know, I am a kind of a romance junkie. I like some cheesy romance films, and Safe Haven is one of them. This movie isn't as bad the first time I saw it, but when I rewatched it, I kind of noticed it was a little cheesy. But it kind of has that like Lifetime feel to it. But it is a good film. And if you like romance films and suspense and all that, I definitely check this one out. Alright, Shrek 2. Honestly, one of the best movies ever made for anything. Like, this is a really good movie. If you have not watched this yet, slap your face. Like it's that good, man. Shrek 2 is probably the best Shrek movie out of all four films. So I still ask you to watch all of them. Well, Shrek 4 isn't really that good in my opinion, but I advise you to watch this one at least. Even if you don't watch Shrek 1 or 3 or 4, it's okay. Shrek 1 is also good, but this one is the GOAT in my opinion. This one takes the cake. So yes, Shrek 2, really good movie. Alright, next we got Skyfall. This is one of the more modern James Bond films, and I forgot the name of the actor that actually made this film. What was his name? Oh yeah, Daniel Craig. He's the one that made Casino Royale, this one, and I think another one, but Casino Royale still is my favorite movie by him, but this is also a really good movie that he made. It has that James Bond charm to it, and you can really tell that it has like inspiration from some of the classics. But yeah, if you like James Bond, if you like action films, I definitely tell you guys to give this one a watch. Alright, South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut, the film. I love South Park. I haven't seen the recent seasons, but I used to be a huge South Park fan, and so really I just wanted to watch everything South Park, and this movie actually is really good. It kind of like introduced me to the whole South Park craze, and it has a lot of the really messed up adult humor that you can expect from the show. So if you like that kind of humor, it kind of is. If you have yet to see South Park, it's kind of like Family Guy and Rick and Morty, all those like cartoons, but in a more mature, like a more like just rude aspect. So that's really the best way I can explain it. And they kind of like attack like subjects from their time, from the time that the episodes air. So yeah, if you like that kind of humor, I definitely give this one a watch. Alright, Shutter Island. This is another one of Leonardo DiCaprio's really fine works that he made. This is a really good movie. It's kind of horror. It's like this guy investigating a mental island, a mental asylum in an island, and it's really good. There's a lot of mystery behind it, and really like everyone he knows is just going insane around him, and it's really good. I can't give a lot away, so I'll just leave it at that. But Shutter Island, really good movie. Alright, Super Troopers. This movie is also has a lot of rude humor, much like South Park. I kind of see this as a live action South Park in a way, but this is also a really good movie if you like that kind of humor. And there's not much I can say about it. It's just a whole bunch of cops doing stupid stuff, doing funny stuff. So yeah. Alright, Taken. I have Taken 2 as well, but I won't show that one. I'm just going to show Taken. But this is a really, really good movie. I put this as one of my favorite films as well. If you like action films, seek no more, my friend. Like, if you want to get that James Bond experience, but it's not James Bond, this is the next best thing. This is really good. Liam Neeson's finest work, in my opinion. One of his finest works. But, pretty much his daughter gets taken, and now he's looking for her, and he'll do anything at any cost to get her back. And it's just a really good film. So yeah, highly recommend it. Alright, Titanic. Not much I can say about with this one. If everyone knows about the story of Titanic at this point, but I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's just Titanic as a movie, so based on the actual events. So yeah. Really sad movie, by the way. It's a romance, but yeah. Alright, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. This is actually one of my, I think it actually is my favorite Tim Burton film, to be honest, but it's really underrated compared to his other works. But yeah, this is a really good film. If you like Tim Burton, if you like stop motion animation, or really any kind of dark, gothy looking films, I guess this is a really good film. I definitely recommend you guys should check it out, and it has that Tim Burton charm, so yeah, it's good. Alright, The Great Gatsby, another one of Leonardo DiCaprio's fine works. Man, I have a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio films, I just realized that, but this is a good film. It's based on the novel. I have read the book as well, and it stays kind of true to the book. It has a lot of parallels to it, so if you like Scott Fitzgerald's work in movie form, then see, this is a good movie. I think this probably is the best version of the Gatsby in my opinion. So yeah, there's not much I can say about it. If you like drama films, if you like conflicted romance, then yeah, it's a good movie. I love The Godfather 1. The Godfather 2 was okay, and I've yet to see the third one, but I heard it was trash. So there's that. But if you like Italian mob films, this really is the definition of an Italian mob film. There's nothing really more I can say about it. So yeah. Alright, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. I love The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I'm a huge fan of it, and I don't have the other two films of The Hobbit, but this actually is my least favorite Hobbit film, which is weird because I don't know, I have a DVD of it. I was just planning on collecting all the other two films anyways, so yeah, I mean, with The Hobbit, I really felt like it could have been one movie, to be honest, but Peter Jackson just wanted that extra cash, so he made it into 3 films. But this isn't a bad film, really. It's just kind of boring because it's so long, and I think compared to the first and second, it doesn't stack up as well. So yeah. Yeah, so with Lord of the Rings, I think it's one of my favorite films of all time, to be honest. It along with Harry Potter, but if you like films like Harry Potter or just fantasy in general, it fits right in that genre. It's just full of fantasy and it's really long. I believe all three films are like half a day to finish, so if you like that, if you like a lot of content, you'll get your money's worth with this collection. Next, we got The Notebook. This is a classic romance film. If you like that sort of stuff. If you're looking for a romance film, but you don't know your category, this is pretty much the definition of how a romance film should be done. It may be a little, I wouldn't say cliched, but a lot of other romance films do stuff similar to this, just because this wasn't the first romance film, but this was kind of like, I guess, like a milestone, or like it kind of just like, I don't know how to explain it, but with romance films, this film just did everything right, in my opinion. A lot of romance films don't do stuff right like this, but this film did every single thing right for romance films. So yeah. Next, we got The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. There's just something about this film that I like. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the tone, but it makes me feel like, it just makes me feel right at home, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but this is one of Ben Stiller's best films, in my opinion, and it's really, it sucks because it's really underrated compared to his other stuff, but, it's good. I like it. He goes on this whole huge adventure, like traveling and trying to find out the secrets to save his company, and it's just, it's crazy because he's nobody pretty much. He's just like any normal individual like you or me, and that's what makes him stand out. And I don't know, I just really like this film. So yeah. All right, next we got The Ten Commandments. This is just a Bible film. I don't really know what much to say about it, but you know, I am religious, so there's that. But yeah, if you are of the Christian faith, you should check this film out. Alright, next we got Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. I do not know why I have this film either. I like the Twilight franchise. I feel weird for saying that, but it's not one of my favorites. But as a kid, I did like this series. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I like the series. Okay, as a kid, I haven't watched it in a long time. But let's be honest, man. Twilight was trending back in the day. We all had our thing going. So yeah. But I don't even know if I actually seen this film, to be honest. But cause I remember seeing like the first three. So I don't know. But yeah, comment down below if you were Team Jacob or Edward, and yeah, it's self-explanatory. If you haven't heard about Twilight, I don't really know where you've been, because I mean it's not popular anymore, but back in the day, you know, this like goth girl had to choose between the werewolf or a vampire, and yeah, it's that kind of movie. Alright, next we got World War Z. This is a really good movie. If you like zombie apocalypse films, this is like probably one of the best zombie apocalypse films in my opinion. I did not think I was gonna like this movie as much as I did, but I really did. And I like how it captures the zombies in a kind of like a scientific way, to the point that stuff like this could actually happen in real life, like outbreaks like this, because they aren't like undead. It's just like viruses, you know. So it's a more accurate, like, you know, realistic description of what a zombie would be like if it were to exist in real life. So yeah, it's a good movie. It's got Brad Pitt and it's action, and yeah. Next we got Cowboy Bebop, the complete series. I love Cowboy Bebop. I have yet to finish it actually. I believe I'm just finishing the first disc, so I actually am watching it for the first time on DVD. So I've heard great things about this anime. And that it's good for, like, even people that don't like anime will like, they like talk so much stuff about this show and this series, and like they praise it. So if it's that good to the point that it can bring audiences that don't even like anime to like this, then yeah, it's got to be that good. So, but it is. I've seen a few. From what I've seen, I actually do enjoy this anime, and I would put it in one of my favorites. So yeah, Cowboy Bebop, definitely recommend it. Next up, we got Curb Your Enthusiasm, the second season. I have volume 2 as well, so I do have the whole wait, this is the third season actually. Yeah, I have 2 volumes, so I have the complete third season. And if you have yet to see Curb Your Enthusiasm, I highly recommend it. It has that rude humor like South Park and Super Troopers, but it's just so good, man. Like, it's a sitcom, and I think it's probably one of my favorite sitcoms, if not my like the best sitcom, in my opinion. But you probably only have seen it if you had HBO, and I believe there is a new season. So I only think the only other way you could check it out if you don't have Facebook, I mean if you don't have HBO, is if you were to get the DVD, or I don't know, like watch it online somehow. Not gonna say how, but but yeah, definitely recommend it. It has that rude humor, and I just love Larry David. He's just such a good character in this sitcom. So yeah, like I grew up watching this. This is my part of my childhood, really, pretty much, and I just like the fact that it ended with me kind of really reaching the peak of my teenage years is insane. So definitely highly recommend you guys to check it out if you like anime. This is probably, I would say, one of my favorites, if not my favorite anime of all time. Even though it is kind of mainstream and the filler episodes are a negative, it has a good story. It has charm. The characters are amazing. The comedy is there. The drama is there. It knows when to be funny. It knows when to be sad. It knows when to have good fight scenes. And yeah, that's all I can really say about it, to be honest, without giving away too much, because I can just go on and on about this series. But this video isn't about that, so we'll save it for another time. The Ren and Stimpy Show. Again, this show has a lot of rude humor like South Park, and it was really controversial because this aired in Nickelodeon, so it had a lot of censorship passing, and I believe this DVD kind of lowered the censors because this was like season 4 and 5, so the later seasons actually lowered a lot of stuff compared to the earlier seasons because, man, those earlier seasons were really they were really something. So if you haven't seen Ren and Stimpy, I definitely recommend it if you like that kind of humor. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it. And last but not least, we got the Smurfs, season 1. If you guys did not know, the Smurfs are actually Belgian. They are not an American property, but I believe this cartoon was like an American adaptation. Yeah, Hanna-Barbera made it. Did I just butcher his name again? Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera. Okay, yeah. It's good. I like the classic Smurfs. A lot of people trash talk the Smurfs because they never really seen the classics. The classics are actually really good, but the reason why people trash talk is because Hollywood, there's a thing called Hollywood that I don't know if you guys heard of, but they screw up pretty much all classic cartoons in the worst way that they can think of. So that's why they had like the live action Smurfs, which had nothing to do with the actual classic Smurfs. It's pretty much as if you want to make a movie and you just want to plaster something on there. So you just get a notorious, famous cartoon character and you just smack it on there and you call it a movie. And yeah, it does not work if you guys have seen the formula, especially with Alvin and the Chipmunks too. So but this classic is really good. I definitely recommend you guys to watch it. I mean, if you watch Saturday morning cartoons back in the day, and this did air, this used to air on Boomerang a lot, along with the Snorks. So it's good. I like it, but yeah, definitely recommend it. Alright, and I actually almost missed out on this, but right before I go to the second part, these are the headsets headsets. This is the headset I use for my PS4. I used to have the standard one-piece mic, but that kind of just butchered recently, so I got this actually for quite a cheap price, and the quality is actually really good. So if I can find it, I will send a link down below for you guys to check it out. But yeah, this is a really good headset for the PS4. Alright, in the last two games we got over here. Let me just plaster it on there. I do not have the cases for these games, but I got Persona 5, which I don't know if you guys know, but I am a huge, I wouldn't say fan. I mean, that's really the only Persona game I've played, but I kind of started to become huge on this franchise ever since I played this game for the PS4, and it's really fun, man. I'm like really enjoying this game. So if you guys have a PS4 and you like JRPGs, I definitely highly recommend you guys to check this game out. It is really good, way better than I expected, and it is extremely long. And I actually did talk about it in my top 10 games of 2017 on my last video. I don't know if you guys checked that out, but yeah, Persona 5. And over here, we all know I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts nerd. I'm so hyped that we're finally in the year for Kingdom Hearts 3. 2018 is our year. Hopefully, it does not get delayed. But Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5, these are all the games minus Dream Drop Distance 0.2 and Key Back Cover. But this is a really good game. If you like RPG games, let me tell you something right now, guys. Kingdom Hearts, it's one of those games where you don't judge a book by its cover. I know it looks childish with all the Disney characters and all that crap, but it is not what it seems. Let me tell you, it is really freaking good. Just give this game a try, man. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, then you'll say, I'm a fool for not trying this earlier, because that's exactly how I was. So, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5, really good collection, really good game for the PS4. This is a must buy in my opinion. It is not your typical RPG where it's like turn-based either. This is like a hack and slash type RPG. So that's really all I have to say about it. It's highly recommended, and I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. That concludes part 1 of this video, but I will be going downstairs where I have a second setup for you guys, and that'll be in part 2. So stay tuned for that. That will be a lot shorter than this video. This video will be at least 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure. So leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more, and as always, I'll catch you guys on my next one, alright? Peace out.